Hello friends, this is all about the soul communication, or you can tell visions, or like third eye or mind's eye. It's all about the communication happening with Sushant since 14th June 2020. This communication, I'm not a psychic. I am just a highly sensitive empath, and it is not me who has initiated this communication or tried to get in touch with his soul, or no, try to channelize his soul or anything. No, it is Sushant. It is Sushant's energy. It is Sushant who has been trying to communicate to many people around the world who could receive his messages, who could receive what information he is trying to give on, who could he that there are messages he want to give. So there are people who have unconsciously got the messages. There are many people who have got it, and there are people who can get those messages and information consciously. So he has been continuously trying to talk to people. So what messages I have received since 14th June 2020? The first message, a very prominent one, is when I first just got to know that I just saw a line that Sushant no more. I just saw a tweet, and before I know anything, I mean, his face started appearing before me, and it was not going away. So I could realize it. Okay, like maybe what I am seeing is true. So I just allowed him, like, okay, what you want to tell, you can tell me. And I could see his face. He was so shocked. He was so sad. He was not panicking, but he was really shocked. And the one thing he was saying was like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. He was feeling very helpless. He is like, I just couldn't save myself, but I didn't do it. So the main, a very important message which he has given to many people around the world is that he didn't do the suicide. He didn't kill himself in any ways, nor he wanted to kill himself. So this is basically, as per his soul communication, what I am getting, what vision I had is, this is a clear case of murder. He was murdered, he was forced to die, and he didn't do it. He didn't commit suicide. And you can see today, unanimously, thousands or lakhs of people around the world, they have received this message of Sushant. They have received this message of Sushant, and they are all unanimously saying that he didn't do suicide. It is a murder, and they want investigation. So yes, this is Sushant who has imprinted this message in so many people. Either they know consciously or unconsciously, but he has successfully imprinted his message in so many souls that he didn't commit suicide and it is a murder. So first thing he wants is like, what I have been getting in the communication and the visions in my mind's eye from him is that he doesn't like if anyone says that he did suicide. He didn't do any suicide, nor he is responsible for his death, and it is a clear case of murder. So please accept it is a clear case of murder. Please don't say that it's a suicide. And my message is not for any system, it is not for any worldly thing. These messages are related to a dimension which is not only human, or which is not only worldly dimension. This is a dimension where it's like everything is like the rule of the nature, everything is like soul and soul's energy. So this is not the worldly dimension. So I don't mean to challenge anyone or to offend anyone. I am literally keeping the information which I have been getting from Sushant as a communication from him. So to give a summary, what is in this video. One thing is, the first message was like he didn't do suicide and it's a murder. The second thing is the scene of his murder, what happened, how, and then there are certain aspects of his life, his choices. And I'm doing this video in two parts. So in this video, I'm covering up to the plain communication. And then in the second video, I will show something which he showed me yesterday, that is on 30th of June, where no he cleared not many, but he cleared a few important things which I was not able to understand, or I was not able to grasp it, like how, or I had some questions. So he actually showed me everything. He showed me his whole life encoded in his home, including the scene of his murder. Yes, so that I'm putting in the second video. In this video, so after 14, this was the continuous communication which I was getting, that he was murdered and he didn't do suicide. Then what I saw was the scene of his murder, wherein the first messages came, was like his knee was injured and his hand was twisted. So he suffered a knee injury and his hand was twisted. Now I'll just describe the details of what I saw as his, I mean, how he was hit, how he lost his life. So he was standing when attacked from back by someone who twisted his hand backside and pushed him with his face in the bed. That time he fell near the bed on the knee and his knee was hurt. Then the other people who they pushed his face on the bed, he was suffocated, and then they put him whole on the bed and turned him forward and choked his throat, neck and nose. One person was choking him from throat, another person from nose, and the other one was sitting on him near about his legs and holding his legs with both his hands. So two of the conspirators of his who are involved in this, they were watching it standing on one side of the room and the other two were on other side. So it shows me there were seven people who were a part of it, who were maybe present and who were looking it. Another thing, another important message is like whatever was done to him, it was telecasted to someone either through a live or a video, I don't know, maybe a part or a whole, but something, it is having the digital footsteps, like it is having the digital print copy of it shown to someone from the site. And believe me friends, Sushant is such a pure soul, and he has good, I mean, he is really a person of value, that he is able to say so much about himself at this point in his life. And it is, this impact or this energy is not possible without being an innocent person and spiritually devoted one. Then he said that like he saw people who, a few people who were killing him, but he don't know about everyone who were involved in it, who planned it and who executed it. So he want answers. Then he said that he is also sad and want to talk to his family something important, and it is mostly about the thing which maybe his father was telling him something, but he took it lightly, or he didn't took it very seriously, but that he is regretting, like he didn't listen to his father enough. He's missing both his parents, I mean his mother and father. He wants to communicate to his father but through his sisters, like he want to give him a message, but he's not able to talk to his father directly, looking to his sorrow. And so his father needs to just look at him and try to talk in the sense, just try to connect with him emotionally. And two more things about this. One is the knee injury, another is the hand was twisted. But very important things coming about his murder is like, I don't know how to interpret it, but one thing he has been saying is he was murdered twice. Now I don't know what does it mean he was murdered twice. What I understand is he could have been saved, but he was not saved. Secondly, he is very angry about the way his body was treated, either when he was alive or finally when his body was destroyed. So he is very angry and very sad and restless about, I mean, he complains the most about the way his body was handled, and he was not given a chance to be alive or come back to life. So one thing he's saying is probably he was murdered twice. Now still I don't know how to interpret that. Second thing is that a head injury, yes, a fatal head injury that is coming very prominently. I looking to the pictures and all, I for a moment I know like head injury is coming very prominent, I have no doubt about it, but I don't know how it could have happened or what. But yeah, a head injury, a fatal head injury is what is coming repeatedly, that too on the head, in the center, like no central part of the head. So these are the messages he has been giving continuously non-stop. Now what happens is there is a time when a soul has to transit to another level. The journey of the soul. That there is time when a soul stays in the worldly planes and then it has to leave. So I saw on 27th that he was sitting near the entrance of the next level, wherein he will exit from the worldly plane and move to the next level in his journey. So when I saw him sitting there at the entrance on the 27th, I thought maybe he will move further. But on the whole day 27th, like no, it didn't happen. I just, what I saw before I slept in the night was like he was just sitting there alone at the entrance of the next level. And then on the 20th morning when I saw him sitting at the same place. It was like dark and he was crying. He was just sitting outside the entrance to the next level. And I was like not able to understand what to do, or like no, I just prayed. And also sometimes it happens like you see, but then you are not able to accept it or believe it. So in my case, it's not that I was not able to believe it, but I couldn't understand like what to do. So I just prayed to God and I like, okay, let let me do something else, and let's see what is happening. On the 20th morning when I saw him sitting there in the dark place and crying, and then I got busy with some other work. Then suddenly at 12 or 12:30 in the noon, I suddenly he appeared like no, I suddenly got the vision that he was not crying, he was standing, but he was at the same place, but he was not alone. And what I saw was Lord Shiva, Mahadev was like blessing him. So I thought maybe now his it's time that he will move on to the next level. And then maybe probably the specialized people who know how to channelize and talk to a soul, or who can call him or communicate to him from the next level, who can channelize the soul and talk. So maybe now those type of people will only be able to communicate to him, who are like specialized or have some special powers. Then again I got busy with my work. Then around 4 4 6 suddenly I received a message that like no, he has moved on to the next level. And I was like happy in a way, but of course sad, because I didn't want to, I mean, I was still not able to believe that he is not alive. I mean, but what we can do? So I was like, now what will happen with his case? I mean, he really need to get justice. He need to get answers, and let's see what happens. So this happened on 28th, and I thought like maybe I won't be able to communicate to him now if he has moved on to the next level. But in the evening, I again the phenomena started, and I was feeling his presence. But I I tried to avoid it. And on the 29th, after doing some experiments in, trying to check in my own ways, like on the 29th morning, I was sure that okay, main part of him has moved on in the next level journey, but a part of him is here, that is working for and looking for justice, and that is active still, trying to reach out to people and to get the things done. So that part, a part of him was here, along with the head injury and the that he was murdered twice. I mean, what the message is, there was also something related to his stomach. So I don't know if he was hit in the stomach or something was there in the stomach. So that was when he was attacked, he was not unconscious, not he was, I mean, he was neither unconscious nor fully conscious, but he was partial conscious and in a state where he cannot do much to protect himself. So probably there was something given to him, could be a sedative or something else, and its color was something like pale yellow or yellow. Anything on the tone of that. It could be any color on the tone of the yellow. So when all this happened, like no, he just couldn't realize it, and before he can do anything or understand the things, he was dead, or say he was deeply he went into a deep unconsciousness. Then he also showed me a few things, a good things, some good memories about him. So around like on the evening of 28th or 29th, when I was pouring tea for myself, he was like, oh, I have very good evening tea stories, I have very good evening, I have tea stories, I mean lots of tea stories, and tea stories on the roadside, then tea stories of the evening. So I don't know what he. Yeah, I can understand that he has very pleasant memories related to those stories, like which had like evening tea or which were the roadside tea stories. He has certain milestones or maybe some important events of his life on it, or he's trying to give a message to the people who were with him during the tea stories, like no his friends or anyone who could do something in his case, probably who could influence the demand for the CBI inquiry or anything, who are somewhat related, or he's just giving the information to not get the trust of the people who listen to it. But yeah, he was very happy during the thing when he started speaking about the tea, and he was like, I have many tea stories, the evening tea stories and the roadside tea stories. Then he also said about something purple or dusty purple color, any shade of purple, but something very nice and common between him and his first girlfriend or something, and maybe a box or a bag or anything they shared in common, and again some good beautiful story or things related to it. So this could be the hints for people who know him, or like know who know who can like know from this points, who can understand that like yeah, this is his communication. So friends, this communication was non-stop from 14th onwards, and it is still going on. In this video I have given a brief, I have tried that I put all the points. I don't know if in case I have missed any point, I will add it in the other video later. In the next video, as I told, that he himself, like, is leading me to certain things, is bringing certain things to the front which I was somewhere like concerned about, or I was trying to understand. One more thing was like, whoever who whoever people who are responsible for his death, there is not a one party or two party, there are so many people involved. There is a huge nexus, and it's not just the target of one person, or no, for a one party or something. So there is a huge nexus and there are many layers to it. Things could really explode. Sushant Singh Rajput was a brilliant person, a self-made person who, from a very young age, like, even before he completed his graduation, who realized the purpose of his life, his passion, and who just went on his own to become what he was called to become. He was like such a strong, courageous, and wonderful, talented, intelligent person. And more than that, he was a genuine person, a very kind person. He was someone who has always tried to make the world better. He had the visions not only for himself but also for the people around. He was a spiritual person. He believed in Lord Shiva. He was interested in the Vedants and other philosophies of Hinduism. He wanted to study astrology. So there are many things this person was looking at, and he has donated crores. Like, he has just started earning, and he's not yet become huge, but he donated in crores. He was like someone on the front to help people. You can see from his social media interactions how caring he was. You can see from certain videos how he was so humble. Like, no, he even greeted the people on the roadside. So he was a gem of gems. And if such a person in his own country, who earned his bread butter on his own, who has done his journey on his own, who became what he is on his own, this person is targeted because of his talents, because of his intelligence. This person has become a victim of evil people, evil eye, jealousy, or certain propaganda. Like, no, he may be coming in between certain agenda, wherein like his image and his works could be a threat to the like decades old propaganda, which is not in favor of this country. So when this person has been done this terrible wrong thing, it's my appeal to the people of the country and to the people in power that please do not let this case just go like that. Please give it to the people, please give it to the department. You can say to CBI, please give it to the people who does a very good job, an honest job, and who can go to the details, who can go in the bottom, and who can find out really the things. And it requires a real good inquiry. uh, Whatever is happening now, I, I am not like very much into that. But what I mean to say is, from what soul communications or messages I have received by vision or mind's eye, or in no matter what you name the phenomena, this case requires real genuine investigation. So please consider it, and please get this case inquired very soon. Please allow CBI for this case. Thank you.